Yeah. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. In the last session, we had the discussion related to our first mini project. So this first mini project is related to 1 minute. Yeah. This first mini project is related to our reports generation in the application. Now here, I want to implement a dynamic search to generate the report, as well as I want to export the report in the Excel format as well as in the PDF format. So first we need to understand what tables we need to store our data, then what are the classes and what are the methods that we need to write to develop this application. Fine. For this application, you can have two types of designs, guys. So here, if you assume a scenario, one citizen can have one plan, then you can go for one table. If you want to implement one citizen can have more than one plan, then you can go for one-to-many relationship with two tables. Anything is fine. Before going to explain my analysis, do you guys have any questions on the requirement? Do you guys have any questions on the requirement? Yesterday you got the time to analyze the requirement. When you are doing the analysis, did you get any questions? Any confusion is there on the requirement? Coding part, leave it. Functionality wise, do you have any questions? Huh? How many tables we need to create? Yeah, I told you. If you want to go with one plan for one citizen, one table is sufficient. If you want to implement relationship, one citizen can have more than one plan, then you can go for two tables. Right. Any other doubts related to functionality? Right. We'll discuss that. Yeah, that is coding part. Yeah, functionality wise, any questions anybody having? You don't have any questions? Yeah. About? Yeah, tell me. I did not get you. Yeah, it's up to you. You may go with the string or you can go with the local date. Local date time is also available. It's up to you. Timestamp is there. Yep. Online students, anybody having any questions? Okay. Any other questions anyone having? No. Fine. Let us see here. First one, we need to understand, in order to develop this application, we need some data in the database table. We need some data in the database table. So here I'm taking DB table with a name called citizen plans info. So these plans are belongs to citizens. So I'm taking a table with a name called citizen plans info. This is my database table. In this table, what are the columns we need to take? What are the columns we need to take in the table? So first one, I'm taking the column as citizen ID. Citizen ID that we are taking as a number, and that will be available as a primary key. Citizen ID, and what is the name of the citizen I need to take? This plan belongs to a citizen. These are the citizen plans data. What is the ID of the citizen and what is the name of the citizen? And I will take gender of the citizen. I will take gender of the citizen. And you can take the remaining values also, like phone number, email ID, that information also you can take. Now, apart from that, we need to know this citizen applied for which plan. What is the name of the plan? He applied for cash plan or he applied for food plan. So this citizen belongs to which plan? What is the name of the plan? After that, what is the plan status? Whether it is approved plan or it is a denied plan. Now, after the plan status, what is plan start date of the citizen? When this plan is started for this citizen, I will take that as a date data type. Plan start date. Okay. So similarly, when this plan is ending for the citizen, what is the plan start date and what is the plan end date? Suppose if citizen is approved for the plan, what is the benefit amount he is getting? What is the benefit amount that citizen is getting? When you are approved for a insurance plan, that means you will get some monthly benefit from the government. So for the approved people, what is the benefit amount? Okay. Suppose if you are denied for the plan, why you have denied? What is the reason for your denial? Denial reason also should be available. So citizen ID should be there, citizen name should be there, and gender should be available. Plan name is required, plan status is required, plan start date, plan end date, benefit amount, and a denial reason. Who will have start date, end date, and benefit amount? Approved. Only approved people will have the plan start date, plan end date, and benefit amount. What about the people who got denied for the plan? The people who are denied for the plan, they will have the status as denied. Their start date, end date, amount will be null value. They will have a denial reason. Why they got denied for the plan? That will be available in the denial reason. Start date, end date, benefit amount will be available for approved citizen. Are you guys able to understand this? Citizen ID will be available. Citizen name will be available. Gender will be available. Plan name, plan status, plan start date, plan end date, benefit amount, and denial reason. Are you guys clear? How many of you take your paper? All of you, show me your paper. Where is your analysis? Now check it. How many of you analyzed the database table correctly? That is your maturity, right? When the person status is denied, we need to maintain why that person is denied. Otherwise, how can we understand why that record got denied? So when the person is denied, there should be some reason. Maybe he is having high property, maybe he is having high salary, maybe he is already employed in the government sector. That is the reason that person got denied. So denial reason should be available for the denied people. For approved people, what is the plan start date, what is the plan end date, and what is the benefit amount? That means you applied for a insurance plan, you got approved for that plan. When you approved, from when your plan is started, when your plan is ending, and monthly, how much amount you will get from the government as a benefit amount. For approved citizens, benefit amount will be available, plan start date will be available, plan end date will be available. If that particular citizen is denied, the denial reason will be available. Why that citizen got denied? That reason also we need to display. So my table should be available like this. Then only I can implement this project. So citizens are applied for the plans. So I want to search for the citizen plans and I want to display in the UI. So my application just to taking the data from the database. In the back end, you need to create a table like this and you need to insert the data into table. Manually, you need to insert the data into the table so that your application can fetch the data from the table. The people who are not able to write it correctly, correct it. Start date will be available, plan status will be terminated. End date we will make as null whenever we do the termination, right? Or else we can take one more thing. If the plan is terminated, termination reason I can take. Why? Yeah. Why that person got terminated? That reason also we can take. No. Termination means you already approved for the plan. In the middle, we have terminated you. You will have start date, you will have end date. In the middle, we terminated because of some activity. Right. You can take termination reason also. That also fine. So we need a table like this. Termination reason, and we can keep terminated date and what date they got terminated. Terminated date and which date they got terminated. That date also we can mention. When the citizen got terminated. Terminated date and why terminated. Termination reason. Citizen ID, citizen name, gender, plan status, start date, end date, benefit amount, denial reason, terminated date, termination reason. Why they terminated, when they terminated. Termination means you applied for a plan. Suppose for example, you joined in a BTech college. Your start date is available in the college. First year completed. In the second year, you have done some ragging. College management terminated you. They removed you from the college. That is termination. Similarly, whenever you applied for a plan, you don't have a job. So government provided the approval for your plan. After 6 months, you got the job in the government sector. Then they will terminate you from the plan. That means from the termination date, you will not get any benefit from the government. That is called termination. Denied means you are giving some incorrect data. Because of that, they denied your plan. Approved means your data is valid. They approved you for the plan. Once you approve, you will get the benefit amount. When you denied, you don't get the benefit amount. Today, last month, I applied for the plan. At that time, I don't have a job. I got the approval. This month, I got the job. Then they terminated me from the plan. When they terminated, why they terminated, we can mention in the terminated date and termination reason. Good. Are you clear with the table structure now? Yes, perfect. Now, let me create a project and let me design my entity. Okay. Entity and repository. I'm taking only one table and let me go for the table entity. So in order to develop this project, first data is very important. We need to set up the table and we need to set up our database. So we will be using MySQL database. Let me create my first project. First mini project, file, new, Spring Starter project. So this one, I'm taking it as 01 reports application. Back 01 reports app. I'm taking the project name as reports app. As it is a web application, I need to select var, maven, base package, dependencies. Here, boot to dev tools required, Spring Web is required, and we need data JPA, and we need MySQL driver, and I need Lombok. And I need mail starter. I need to send the email. So I'm taking Java mail sender, and web dependency, dev tools dependency is required. Data JPA, MySQL, Lombok, and mail sender. I think these dependencies are sufficient. Click on next and click on finish. So with this, our project is getting created. In this project, we need to configure our data source properties. That means our MySQL database properties I need to configure. Let me take that from application.properties file. let me replace that properties file. I will keep this properties file. Now, if you see the properties file, my database username, password is available. Let me create this as a JRTP. I'm keeping the schema name as a JRTP. Let's go to our MySQL database. Observe carefully what I'm doing. I want you to do the same. Now, I will go here and I will create one database. Create database with a name called JRTP. Perfect. Database is created. Now, currently in this database, no tables are available, right? So, use database first. Use JRTP, then execute it. I have selected that, then show tables. What are the tables available in this database? It is a brand new database. No tables are available. I configure that database schema name as a JRTP. Now, in this project, currently no user-defined classes are available. Only our start class is created. Now, let me create one entity class, new class. I'm taking this as citizen plan. I'm taking the class name as citizen plan. I'm keeping that inside entity package. Finish. Now, what are the variables I need? Private, integer, citizen, ID, and private string, citizen name, private string, some gender, private string, plan name, private string, plan status, private local date, plan start date, private local date, plan end date, private start date, end date, then private double benefit amount. What is the amount that you are going to get if you are approved for the plan? Private string denial reason. Okay. Then private string termination reason. Then next one, termination date, private local date, terminated date. On which date your plan got terminated? Why it got terminated? I'm taking the termination reason. ID, name, gender, plan status, start date, end date, benefit amount, denial reason, termination date, and termination reason. Now here, let me make setters and getters, and let me make here a table. @entity. Table name, it will take it as a citizen plan info. If you want to give a different name, you can go for @table. Name is equal to citizen plans info. Citizen underscore plans underscore info. I want to represent citizen ID as a primary key. @ID. I want to generate that value. @generated with a strategy, MySQL database. So which strategy we will use? Which strategy we are going to use for MySQL? Identity generation we are going to use. Strategy is identity. So table will be created with auto increment. Whenever I insert a record, citizen ID will be inserted. So with this, my entity class is ready. For this entity, let me create one repository interface. New interface. Create a package called repo package, citizen plan repo. Citizen plan repository I need to create. Now, new interface, citizen plan repository. Anything is fine. Now, here I want to extend the properties from JPA repository. So from the JPA repository, what is my entity? My entity is citizen plan. What is the data type? Integer. Primary key of this table type is a integer. So my interface extending the properties from JPA repository. This is my entity and the data type of the primary key is a integer. So we are good. Project is created, entity created, repository created. Now I need to insert the data into table. My table is empty. I don't have any data. I need to load the data into my database table. In order to load the data, I'm going to create one runner class. I'm going to create one runner. Let me keep that in the runner package. So now data loader. I'm taking the name as data loader. Now this is my Java class. I want to represent that as a Spring Bean. For that I'm going for component. This component implements application runner. Application runner. What is the purpose of the runner? Code will be executed only once when our application is started. I want to write this logic to insert the data into table by using my runner. Now let me inject the repository here. I need the repository to save the data. Citizen plan repository repo. Let me go for auto wiring @auto void. So with this, bean object is injected. Repository is injected. By using this repository, I need to insert minimum 24 or 25 records into database table. Okay. So for this, first I will create citizen plan. Citizen plan C1 is equal to new citizen plan. I no need to set the ID. C1 dot set a citizen name. So let me take the name as John, and C1 dot set a gender as a male. Okay. Guys, first I want to go with the cash plan data. I want to go with the cash plan data. Right. Citizen name, citizen gender, then C1 dot set a plan name. Set plan name. Assume that he applied for a plan with a name called cash plan. Then C1 dot set plan status. He is approved for the plan. Let me set the status as approved. Okay. Next one. When the plan is approved, they will have plan start date. Okay. Plan start date local date dot now. Local date dot now. Then plan end date. C1 dot set plan end date. Local date dot now dot plus months. From today's date, I'm giving 6 months, right? And this person is approved, so he will have benefit amount. Assume that the benefit amount is something like 5,000. The benefit amount is something like 5,000 per month. So plan name is available. That is approved plan data. Cash plan data approved. Citizen plan name, gender, plan name, plan status, plan start date, end date, and benefit amount. What about denial reason, termination date, termination reason? Not required because this person is approved person. Cash plan data. So this is a C1. Now let me go for C2 here. Now for C2, same cash plan only, but this time I will make this person as denied. I will make this person as denied. Cash approved record, cash denied record. Instead of John, I will go for Smith, cash. Here it is denied. For the denied person, benefit amount will be available or denial reason will be available. Denial reason. C2 dot set denial reason. So the denial reason is he is getting some rent on monthly basis from his property. As he is having a rental income, I am denying this person for the cash plan. Rental income is available for that person. That's why that person denied. If you see approved citizen having the start date, end date, benefit amount, denied person having the status as denied, and he is having denial reason. Are you guys clear? So here cash plan is available. For the cash plan, one record I am taking as approved record and one record I am taking as a denied record. Similarly, I will take one more record for the cash plan. This one is C3 and C3 is available. C3. Right. So plan status, I'm taking this as terminated. So the terminated person will have start date, end date, benefit amount. Terminated, start date, end date is available, benefit amount is available. but at the same time, that person got denied for terminated from the plan because he got the job, right? So when that person is denied, we are going to set termination date. So here C3 dot set terminated date, local date dot now dot plus, assume that I'm going to give plan start date local date at now dot minus 6 months. 6 months back he got approved for the plan, or else 4 months back he got the plan. Now plan end date. So total 4 months back means what? Which month he got? In the month of January he got it. Now when the plan will be ended? When the plan will be ended? June. Now I am giving as a 6. In between he got terminated today. So actually approved for the plan, but today we are terminating that person. C3 dot set termination reason employed. He got the job. Once he got the job, we terminated that person. What is the termination reason and what is the terminated date that we are giving for that person? Now for the cash, I have taken 3 records. One person is approved person having start date, end date, benefit amount. And one person denied person will have only denial reason. And one person earlier he approved in the month of January and his plan is there till June. But today he got the job. As he got the job, we terminated that person because of this reason. Terminated reason is available. This is my cash plan data. Are you clear? Similarly, can I take female record? Okay, let me take female record here, Kathy. That's fine. Anything is good. Yeah. So here I'm taking 2 records as male and 1 record as female record. Okay. Let me go for food plan data. Let me go for food plan data. So here already 3 records are completed. This one will be C4. See, simply how can we change all these variables? Here C1 is available. Now if I make this variable as a C4, then what will happen? I need to change all these variables also as a C4 variables. Observe, select this variable, right click, refactor, rename. Right click, refactor, rename. Now let us, I think here C1 is already there. It will also changed. No, we can't go for that. Yeah, so here I will make it as a C4, C4, C4. Name, let me take this as some David, and gender male, plan is food, he is approved for the plan, start date, end date, benefit amount 4,000. Now here, let me take it as a C5. Like this. Now here I'm giving this as some robot. Here the plan is food. He is denied because salaried employee, or else I can say property income he is getting. Some reason is there. Now let me go with the C6. This person is a terminated person for the cash plan, for the food plan. Earlier I have taken cash. Now I am taking for food. 6. Kathy, here let me give it as some Orlin, female, and plan is food, terminated because of employed. Okay, so with this how many records are ready? Now 6 records are ready. For cash 3 records available. For food 3 records are available. Now let me take 3 records for medical. Let me take 3 records for medical. Now, so medical plan data. Medical plan data. So let me take it as a C7. Inserting the data is taking time. Yeah. So now let me give this name as some Charles, and the plan name is medical plan. Is for medical, approved. Now let me go for C8. C8. Now Robert, this is a medical, is denied. Now C9. C9. Okay. So here, this is medical. Instead of Orlin, let me get as Neil. Female medical terminated because of government job. Medical plan terminated because she belongs to government job. This plan is denied. So total there are 9 records are available. 3 records for cash, 3 records for food, and 3 records for medical. Okay. Next one. Similarly, let us take the data for employment plan. Now, employment plan data. Employment plan. Now, let me take it as a C10. Just. Plan name is employment. Yep. Now, C11. Okay. The plan name is employment. Okay. Now, C12. Guys, you can insert more records also, but I'm going with one record. Perfect. So this is employment. Yeah. Now see, let's give the different names. Here John is available, Smith available, Kathy for the cash, David, Robert, Orlin, and here Charles. Now let me change this name from this value to some butler, medical. Now here Neil is available, Charles repeated. Yeah. Now let me remove the Charles and let me give as Steve. Okay. Next one here, Robert is repeated. Let's take this name and let's give Morris. Okay. And let me change this name and let me give as Gibbs. Fine. Something. Female. Yeah. Male record is available. Steve record is there. Neil, Butler, Charles, Orlin, Robert, David, Kathy, Smith, and John. Perfect. So with this total, there are 12 records are available. Now, can I run my application and can I see the records are inserting or not? Yes, just I have created my entity objects. Now I need to insert all these entities. So see here, we need to first go for arrays dot as list of C1 comma C2, C3. 12 records are there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. So with this, we are getting one list of objects. So with this, I'm going to get one list. With that list, I want to insert the data. I got the list of entities. So when you have list of entities, how to insert them? Save all of list. I'm going to insert all the records into table. Repository dot save all of list. With this, my data loader is ready. This is a runner. It will execute when my project is started. Let us refresh our application. Project clean and run this. Right click, run as boot application. Yeah, now you can see my table is created and my records also inserted. Go to database, check that, show tables. Can you see a table with a name called Citizen Plans Info? Yes. Now select star from Citizen Plans Info. Check our data, run this query. Now you can see the records are inserted as expected. Now citizen records are available total. There are 12 records available. Some people are having benefit amount. Some people don't have benefit amount. Some people have the denial reason. Some people don't have the denial reason. Some people are having the start date, end date. Some people don't have. Plan status, approved records available, denied records available, terminated records are also available. Terminated date, terminated reason also available. Okay, guys. Now with this, we are able to see the records available in the database table. So with this, my data setup is completed. With that data, can we develop this application now? My table is ready. My entity is ready. My repository is also ready. Now we need to develop our application. Guys, when we are developing the application, we need to follow MVC architecture. So now database is ready. The table is available. In that table, data is also available. Let me take this as a MySQL DB. Now, in order to communicate with the MySQL database, we are going to create a repository. Now, here entity will be available and repository also will be available. What is the purpose of entity and repository? What is the purpose of entity and repository? Entity is mapped with the database table and repository is used to perform operations with the table. Now, in this project, we are going to create one service. Service layer will be created. I will call this as a report service. Now, I can say service layer will be available. I'm taking service. To communicate with the repository, we are going to write the methods in the service. Service will communicate with the repository. Service will communicate with the repository. And to communicate with the service, we are going to create controller. To communicate with the service, we are going to write controller. So controller is a web component. It will deal with request and response in our application. In the controller, we need to write the methods. Controller methods will talk to service methods. Service methods will talk to repository methods. So controller is there, service is there, and repository is available. Along with this, we need to develop one UI page. Presentation page is required. User interface will be available. We are using JSP to develop the presentation. So now end user will communicate with the UI. Here end user will be available. That end user will communicate with the UI of our application. Our application UI will communicate with the controller method. Controller method will communicate with the service method. Service method will communicate with the repository method. Repository methods will communicate with the database table. Okay, this is the architecture, that MVC architecture we need to follow to develop any of our application. Whether it is a first mini project or second mini project or third project or major project, everywhere we are going to follow same architecture. UI will be available. That contains presentation logic. When user perform some operation on the presentation logic, then it will communicate with the controller. Inside the controller, methods will be available to deal with the request and response. Now, controller methods are going to communicate with the service method. Service methods are going to communicate with the repository methods. Repository methods are going to communicate with the database methods. Are you guys clear? Perfect. Now, we need to create the classes which are required for our application. Did you guys identify what are the classes we need for this? Identified? Yep. How many classes? Okay. Okay. Guys, I'm giving 5 minutes of time. If anybody has not done that, please understand the requirement and just identify how many classes are required. That's it. Just identify how many classes are required for our application. Take 5 minutes of time. Identify the classes that we need for our application. 7 classes. Yeah, see here, if I develop this requirement, what are the classes I'm going to create? Let us see. Java components. If I am developing this requirement, if I get this task in the company, what are the classes that I'm going to create? Now, observe. Already we created one entity class, that is with a name called citizen entity citizen plan.java. Citizen plan.java that I'm taking as a entity. Guys, always when you are doing the development, your analysis should start from database side. So from this side, you have to start the analysis to this side. Always come from right side to left side. So first we need to analyze our tables. How many tables I'm taking? One table I'm taking. For one table, how many entities are required? One entity is required. And as we have one entity, I'm going to take citizen plan repository.java. Repository.java. This is my interface. This is my interface. Entity class available. Citizen plan.java is my entity, which is mapped to database table. Citizen plan repository.java interface to communicate with the database. So with this, my persistence layer components are completed. So I have one table in the database. I'm creating one entity for that, and I'm creating one repository. If you have two tables, two entities, two repositories, but I'm taking only one table, one entity, one repository. Then coming to service layer. Now I'm going to take one service with a name called report service.java. I will take this as a interface. And I'm going to take report service impl.java. This is implementation class for the service. Okay. What all the business methods I need to write in my project? I will write those methods in the report service.java. The methods implementation I'm going to write in the report service impl.java. Along with this, now I need to generate a PDF and I need to generate a Excel. So for that, I'm going to create a class called PDF generator.java, and I'm taking another class called Excel generator.java. PDF generator.java and Excel generator.java. What is the purpose of PDF generator? To generate the data in the PDF format. Excel generator is required to generate our Excel report. PDF generation logic I will write in this class method. Excel generation logic I will write in this class method. Got it? Now, after this, after PDF is generated and Excel is generated, I need to send that Excel or PDF in the email. For that, I'm going to take one class called email utils or email service. Anything is fine. Email utils.java, I'm taking one class. What is the purpose of email utils? It is used to send the attachment as a email. Then after, you see citizen plan.java, that is a entity class. It is mapped to database table. To perform operations with the table, I'm having a repository. Right. With this, my persistence layer components are analyzed. Then I need to go for service. In the service, I'm not writing the class directly. I'm writing a interface. what all the methods we need. First we will write in the interface as a abstract method. After that we are going to provide implementation for those methods. Now as part of the implementation, I need to generate the PDF and I need to generate the Excel. For that, PDF generator class I'm taking, Excel generator class I'm taking. Whatever the PDF Excel is generated, I want to send that in the email. For that, I'm going for a class called emailutils.java. Then here service is also identified. Entity repository identified and service is also identified. Service also identified. Then I need to create a controller. How many screens available in our project? Only one screen available. In general, per one screen, one controller will be created. Now here, I'm going to take one class as reports controller or else report controller. I'm going to take a class with a name called report controller.java. It is one class. That is one class. Along with that, I'm going to take one more class called setRequest.java. This is a class which is used to bind my search fields data. Whenever user select this filter, whenever user select the filter and click on search button, are we going to capture request.get parameter of the plan name, request.get parameter of the plan status? No. In the Spring, there is a concept called form binding. Whenever you submit the search form data, I will get into my Java object. That is called searchRequest.java. What is the purpose of this searchRequest.java? It is used to capture search form data. So user may select first drop down, user may select second drop down, user may select third drop down. When user selected that data should come to my controller in the form of object. If I am going to develop this project, total 9 components I am going to create. Got it? You can do that with the entity also, but the thing is, in the entity class, there are so many properties are available. No. Here, you can use entity also to map with your form, but it is not recommended. Generally, form bindings should be separate, entity classes should be separate. So request response classes should be separate, database entities should be separate. Got it? Yeah. Now correct it. How many of you identified correctly? I mean, forget about the search request. Apart from this, identified correctly. Remaining people? Which one? Huh? Runner, yeah. Runner is for just loading, data loading purpose. Data loader .java. What is this data loader .java? Runner class. What is the purpose of that runner? It is used to load the data to database table. Honestly, who are not able to identify, can you raise your hand? No problem. It is first project only. 70 to 80% of the people not able to identify correctly. Now you understand the difference between fresher analysis and experienced analysis? Are you getting the clarity? So first of all, you need to understand the requirement and you need to design a architecture like this. In my project, there is a UI. In the UI, user will perform some selection and click on the search button. When user click on the search button, that request should go to my controller class. My controller is only responsible to deal with the request data and response data. My controller class will talk to service class. So in the service class, business logic will be available. And my service should talk to repository. Repository is used to deal with the database operation. Now, when you are starting your component analysis, always you need to start from database to front end. Don't come from front end to database. Always come from back end to front end. First, database. For this project, how many tables are required? So this is used to search the data available in the table. So we need one table to maintain citizens data with respect to insurance plans. So we need to create one table. So what are the columns in the table? We identified what columns we need in the table. Now, once the table is identified, for that table, we need to create one entity class and we need to create one repository interface. Entity class is used to map with the database table. Entity class is used to map with the database table. And the repository is used to perform operations with the table. Repository will be JPA repository. My repository will be JPA repository. So I'm going to create one entity class and one repository interface. Then I need to develop service layer. Always service will be created as a interface. In the interface, we are going to write abstract methods. In the interface, we are going to write the abstract methods. For the abstract methods, we need to provide the implementation that will be done in the IMPL class. Now in our project, we have the PDF report, Excel report. So to write the PDF logic, Excel logic, PDF generator.java, Excel generator.java. This class will contain the logic to generate the PDF file. This class will contain the logic to generate the Excel file. Once a PDF and Excel is generated, I want to send that PDF and Excel in the email as a attachment. For that, I'm writing one class called emailutils.class. So with that, our service layer identified what are the classes required for that. Okay. Once the service is completed, then we need to think about the controller. We need to think about the controller. Controller, what is the responsibility of the controller? Take the request, send the response. If you see our requirement, what data can come in the request? Plan name can come, status can come, gender can come, start date can come, end date can come. So now when you have 5 fields to submit the request, whatever the selection user is doing on the form, when user click on the search button, this is called search request. User is sending a request to search the data. So what fields the user is selecting to search, that data I will capture by using a class called search request.java. This search request.java class people will call as form binding class. We can call it as a form binding class, or some projects will call it as a command class. Some people will call it as a form binding class. Some people will call it as a command class. Some people will call it as a DTO class. What is a DTO? Data transfer. From the UI, the data should be transferred to the controller in the object format. Whatever the fields you selected in the UI, that fields data should come to my controller in the form of object. For that, I'm taking search request. And I'm taking one runner class. What is the purpose of the runner? What is the purpose of the runner? It is used to load the data into our database. Along with this, I'm going to create one file, index.jsp. Only one presentation file will be available. How many screens are available in our project? Only one screen, but there is so much functionality. Screen is only one, but lot of functionality we need to implement. Are you clear with this? Yep. Now you understand. Your coding skills are weak or your analysis skills are weak. Did I discuss any coding part here? Did I ask you to write the code? No. What is the problem in the coding part? Why people are not getting the confidence? People are not getting the confidence because they don't know where to start the development, where to end the development. They don't have analysis part. People are weak in the analysis. How many classes we need to take, you are not able to identify. Tomorrow, will anybody tell you that these are the classes you need to take for this requirement? Who has to identify? Who has to identify that? You have to identify that on your own. You know what is class. you know what is a method, what is parameter, what is return type. But for the given requirement, how many classes required, how many methods required, you don't know. So when you don't know how many classes you need to take, how many methods you need to take, you cannot start the development. Even if you start the development, you cannot complete it successfully. You will stuck in the middle. Generally, what people will do when we give the requirement, patapat they will create a table, entity, repository. After that, they don't know what to do. They will stuck in the middle. Are you getting my point? Yes. So from today, what you need to improve? Coding is different. Leave it. Leave it. Coding will come automatically. Already you know Java. How to write a class, how to write a variable, how to write a method, how to create object, how to create interface, how to call the method. Coding already you know. Coding already you know. In the Java coding, what will be there, guys? Class will be there. Interface will be there. Variable will be there. Method will be there. Object will be there. Create the object, call the method, pass the parameter, take the return type. Coding all of you know already. But the thing is, you are not good in the analysis part. If you improve your analysis skill, definitely you will become a good programmer. Now you have seen the difference. When you analyze from the last 24 hours, what table you have taken, what classes you have taken. Within 15 minutes, I'm able to tell what classes I'm going to take, because I'm thinking like a experienced person. You are thinking like a fresher. Both are not same. So, sir, how can I improve my analysis skill? Overnight, it is not possible. It will come based on the practice and based on the experience. Are you getting my point? Within 20 minutes, I'm able to identify the correct classes. That means there is 10 years work behind that. I'm working on the Java from last 10 years. My 10 years experience is there. As I have the 10 years experience, within 10 minutes, I'm able to identify my requirement. I'm able to identify my classes. For you, it will not come automatically. If you attend my project classes 10 times also, you will not get that. You need to think and you need to practice and you need to improve. Step by step, you have to learn the analysis. If I take 1 week classes on the analysis also, no use. That is something that comes from your brain. That is something that you have to think on your own. Analysis, you cannot learn from someone. Analysis is something that you have to do it on your own. Are you able to follow me? You no need to feel bad today. We are not able to analyze from 24 hours. Sir has done within 10 minutes. Sir struggled for 10 years in the industry. That's why within 10 minutes I am able to do that. For you, it will take time. You no need to get disappointed for that. From today, you need to focus on that. Whenever I give you a requirement, first take a pen and paper. What is your architecture of the project? What we need to do? Presentation, controller, service, repository. For repository, how many repositories, how many entities, how many tables? First, to complete your database analysis part. That is the first step for the development. If you want to become a good developer, the first thing that you need to do, analyze your database required for your project. How many tables we need, how many columns, what data type we need for the column. Once the database is identified, tables are identified, entities you have to create. After creating entities, you need to create the repository. With that, persistence layer is good. Then check it. Here, when we are going for the repository, am I writing any method to get the data? I'm not writing any methods to get the data. In my repository, any method is available or methods are not available? Methods are not available. Now check it. Do we need to write any custom queries? Do we need to write any find by methods? Do we need to use only predefined method, or we need to go for any find by method and custom queries? Now, what is the requirement in my screen? Search functionality. In order to do the search functionality, plan name should come in the drop down. Plan status should come from the drop down. Gender should come in the drop down. Start date, end date are the calendars that we will deal in the bootstrap in the front end. Forget about it. Okay. Now, what about the plan name data? Am I going to hard code that data? What I told here? What is that here? When user click on the search, we need to fetch the all records from the DB table and display in the UI. It is a dynamic search functionality. Based on the search criteria, we need to fetch the records from database and display in the UI. Before that, I will write one more point. Plan name drop down values should come from database table. Okay. And here plan status drop down values should come from database table. Okay. I don't want anything to be hard coded here. Plan names drop down data should come from the database. Plan status drop down data should come from the database. Able to follow me? Now you check our repository. Is this repository sufficient to develop this screen, or it is not sufficient to develop this screen? Sufficient or not sufficient? Do I need to write any methods? Think and tell me. Do I need to write any method in the repository, or I no need to write any method in the repository? Take 2 minutes of time. Think and tell me. This is my UI. Guys, concentrate. Next 20 days is very, very important. No theory. Everything is programming part. You need to think like a real-time developer. Completed. Right. Now we are having a repository here. Our repository is a normal repository, or our repository is a JPA repository? Our repository is a JPA repository. Now, JPA repository providing several methods. Save method, find by ID, find all, delete by ID, delete all, count method, exist by ID. Like that, there are several methods available. Now here, if you see in the screen, it is a JSP. In this JSP, when user land on the JSP page, this plan name drop down should have the plan names. Plan status drop down should have the values. Gender should have the value. Gender is static value. It is not going to change in the future. I can hard code gender values in the UI. Male and female as a drop down option. What about the plan name and plan status? We need to get it from the database. How to get the plan name, plan status from the database? I want to get only plan name and I need to display in the drop down. I need to get only plan status. I need to display in the drop down. Which method we will use for that? Which method we will use to get the, now this is my database table. This is my database table. In this database table, there are several plans available. So many citizens applied for the plans. There are so many plans available. I want to display all the plans in the drop down. Now see, from the database, I need to get the plan name. In order to get the plan name, I will go for select distinct plan underscore name from table name. Okay. This query will give me unique plan names available in the table. What are the unique plan names available in the table? What are the unique plans available in the table? Cash available, food available, medical available, employment. So now here, to get the data for the plan names, I need to write a method. I need to write a method. Public list of string get plan names. Public list of string get plan name. Why I am taking this method? What is the purpose of this method? What is the purpose of this method, guys? I want to get the plans available in the table. Is there any predefined method available to get the only plan names? You have find by ID. What is the meaning of find by ID? Based on the primary key, we need to get the record. You have a find all method. What is the purpose of find all method? You can get all the records. But what is my requirement here? I want to get only plan names. All the plan names are unique plan names. Unique plan names. Now for that, I will write one custom query. @query, I'm going to write select plan name from citizen plan. This is a distinct plan name. Select distinct plan name from citizen plan. What is the citizen plan here? It is a entity. Then what I am writing? Select distinct plan name from entity. So what this query will do? It will return all the unique plans available in the table. The unique plans available in the table will give you as one list of strings. Are you clear with this? Now to search, we have the find all method. That is different. But what about the drop down data? Drop down data should come from the database. To get the data for the drop down, I'm getting unique plan names from the table. To get the unique plan names from the table, I'm going for a distinct plan name. Distinct is a function which will give unique data available in the column. Select a distinct plan name from the citizen plan. With this, what happened? It will give you unique plan names available in the table. Now, similarly, I want to get the unique plan statuses. What are the statuses available? Approved status available, denied status available, terminated. Tomorrow, some other status may come into the table. I want to get unique statuses available in the table to display in the status drop down. How can I get the unique statuses? Come on. Public list string of get plan status. Get plan status. Custom query or predefined method? Custom query. You can go for custom query. @query. Here also same thing. Select distinct plan status. I'm writing native SQL or HQL? I'm writing HQL. Select distinct plan status from entity. Hello, madam. What are you doing? Tell me how to get the data for the drop down. Stand up. Come on. Yeah, stand up. How can I get the data for the plan name drop down? How can I get the data for plan name drop down? I want to display plan names in the drop down. How you will do that? Select distinct of plan names from table. Is there any predefined method available for that? Then what I need to do? How to write a custom query? Right. So you need to concentrate. Sit down. Concentrate. Guys, I'm telling you once again, nobody will explain you projects in the course. People will explain the project. They will directly write the code. Nobody will tell you how to analyze the requirement. I'm telling you that analysis part. If you miss this part now, you will never become good programmer. Tomorrow, once you go for company, nobody will help you to write this coding. Nobody will tell you the analysis. You need to do it on your own. I am telling how I am analyzing. so that you can analyze on your own from tomorrow. Concentrate on that. These are very, very, very important classes for next 20 days. Next 20 days is very damn important. No theory, only coding, coding, coding. That's it. Programming part we have to improve. Focus on these classes. Don't. Some people body present, mind absent. Focus. Make yourself concentrate. If you miss the classes, you can't understand the topic. I want to get the data for the plan name drop down. Unique plan names I want to get from the table. For that, I want to execute a custom query. To execute that custom query, I'm writing one method in the repository and I'm writing a query. It is a HQL query or native SQL query? It is a HQL query. To execute the HQL query, I am writing @query annotation. When I call this method, it will give me list of plans. Why I am taking list? Why I am not taking string? So here in the table, one plan available or multiple plans will be available? Multiple plans will be available. How to represent multiple records? By using collection. List of plan names are coming. Name is a string. List of names are coming. So I'm taking the method return type as a list of string. Why I am not taking parameter? I don't need to pass anything. I just need to get the unique plan names and unique plan statuses. So one method I am writing to get the unique plan names. Another method I am writing to get the unique plan statuses. Now, when my UI page is loaded, I will get the unique plan names by using this custom query. I will populate in the drop down. And I will execute the second method. I will get the unique plan status and I will populate in the second drop down. Okay. What about gender? What about gender? Gender values are not going to change. We can hard code them. Now, okay. Name drop down data will come with the first method. Status drop down data will come with the second method. Gender data is a hard coded value. Start date, end date is a date picker in the UI. We no need to do anything for that. Then user will click on search button. When user click on search button, what I need to do? If user don't select anything and click on search, all the records. Do you have any method to retrieve all the records? Find all. Do I need to write a custom method or method is already available? Ready-made method is already available. When user click on the search button without selecting anything, I need to retrieve all the records from the table. I no need to write a method for that. For example, user selected plan name, plan status, click on search button. Then what I need to do? We need to prepare the query dynamically with the search criteria. In the JPA, query by example is available to prepare the query dynamically. Do I need to write a method for that or it is predefined method? It is a predefined method. So with this, can I say this interface is sufficient for our requirement? Yes, this interface is sufficient for our requirement. How many people thought that we need these methods in the repository? One person. Satvik. Only one person identified that we need to write a custom method to get the data for the drop down. So now, if you don't write these methods, how you will get the data for the drop down from the database? Even form tag library will populate the drop down values. No. You need to get it from the database. You need to give to the form tag library. Form tag library will populate the drop down values. We need to give this list as an input for the tag library. Where is your analysis? Now I told that yesterday, I want the drop down data from the database. So will it come automatically if I run my application? We need to write a method. You are not able to identify that. What are the methods we need to write to get the data from the database to pre-populate my drop down? That means when application is loaded, my drop downs should have the data. Now you see here, if you go to any website, now log in, click on register. What is this? So data we are populating or it is automatically coming from the database? Automatically coming from the database. Whenever you click on the register button, country code drop down is available. In the drop down, country names are coming from the database. Similarly, when I open my page, my plan name drop down should have the plan names. My plan status drop down should have the statuses. Where the names available, where the statuses available, they are available in the database. I need to write a method to get the unique plan names, unique plan statuses. I need to send a list of plan names, list of statuses to the UI so that I can display in the drop down. Fetching the database table data to populate our drop down values. Country's value, state value. In front there is a crocodile festival. When I select the country, country states should come into the drop down. When I select the country, country specific states should come into state drop down. When I select a state, state specific cities should come into city drop down. When I select a country name as a India, only India states should come into state drop down. When I select the state as Telangana, only Telangana cities should come into city drop down. Understand the concept? Now you see here, in our application, there is a page, services, mock interviews page available. Now, currently what is the fee displaying? In our website, currently what is the fees displaying here? Any value is there in the fee? No. Select the experience 0 to 3 years. Then what happened? What happened? Fees is populated or not? Now, for 3 years, what is the fees? 1799. If I change from 3 to 6 years, 1899. From 6 to 10, 2999. More than 10, 3999. So this is called dependent to drop down functionality. This is called as dependent to drop down functionality. If you select one drop down, based on the drop down value, next drop down should populate the values. Now I'm going to develop registration page. In the registration page, country, state, cities. First we will select a country. If you select the country as Australia, then only Australia states should come in the state drop down. In the Australia, if I select one state, Sydney, then only that city should come. If I select a country as India, India state should come into state drop down. In that state, I will select Telangana. Then Telangana city should come into drop down. That is dependent drop down will come in our second mini project. Now currently just drop downs are available. For the drop downs, data should come from the database. Are you guys clear? Good. Now with this, can I say my repository layer is ready, entity ready, repository is ready, custom query is also ready, my table is also ready. I completed this part. For the UI, I need plan name values in the drop down. I have written one custom query. I need plan status drop down data. I have written another custom query. Gender values, hard coded values. Start date, end date, date picker. And when I click on the search, if a user not selected anything, all the records will come. Find all method. If a user select some value, click on search, find all with the example. Based on the criteria, my query will be prepared dynamically by using example. In the data JPA, I explained query by example. What is the meaning of query by example? Based on the given data in the entity, my records should be retrieved. Based on the given data in the entity, my records should be retrieved. For that, query by example. Do I need to write any method for that? Not required. Okay. Any questions on the repository? Yes, this is my entity class mapped with the database table. This is my entity. My entity extending the properties from JPA repository. Only normal entity, normal repository not sufficient. I need 2 custom queries to get the data for plan name dropdown and plan status dropdown. For search functionality, predefined method is available. Find all method. Find all with example. Those are already available in the JPA. I no need to write it. Are you clear? Yep. Any questions? Any questions, anybody? Now, I'm giving 10 minutes of time. I want you people to identify what methods I need to write inside the service layer. Now you understand what is service, right? What is service? Which is responsible to communicate with the repository. Our business logic will be available in the service layer. Take your pen and paper. Look at the requirement. Write down what methods we need to write in the service layer. I'm giving 10 minutes of time. Yeah, if you're done, good. The people who has not done, please do it now. Same page, form will come, data also will come. No, initially this table will be empty. Yes, this also will be empty. When you click on search, then only these values will come. Same page. Look at this. Not required. If you want, you can do it, but you can do it in single page. Even if you map it, user table will be separate and plant table will be separate. I mean, if you want to fetch the data from user table, user repository dot find all. Then one repository. Guys, think and write it. What methods I need to write in the service interface? Just abstract method I want you to identify. So in the service layer, what are the components I'm taking? Here I'm taking report service.java, report service impl.java. I am not asking you to write the IMPL. I'm asking you to write the only interface. What methods we need in the interface to develop this screen? Yeah, that is what I'm asking you to identify. Think and tell me. Write it. Put on the paper. What are the methods? Proper method name, method parameter, method return type is required. In the service layer, what we need to write? Do that. Umshi, Java 8 features classes lo create చేశారు. ఆ టైంలో నా క్లాస్ ఉంది JRTP. ఐడి చేంజ్ చేయండి జూమ్ అకౌంట్ దానికి. Java 8 features కి వర్క్షాప్ పెట్టారు కదా మొన్న. వర్క్షాప్ 18 లో క్రియేట్ చేయండి. 18 లో. Online people, are you doing that? Just create a interface with abstract methods. Create a interface with abstract methods, which we need for this requirement. Separate. Right. Yes. Return type can be entity. Come on, guys, make it fast. Look at the requirement and write down what methods you need to develop this. Identify. Guys, come on, make it fast. Yeah, guys, completed. Remaining people, how many methods? Count. Total how many methods? 2 methods? Sufficient? Pakka? How can we implement this with 2 methods? See here. In order to do this, first of all, I should have a method to get the data for the drop down. For that, we need one method. You have written where? In the repository. How it will come to the controller? You need to write one method to get the drop down data for the name. You need to write one method to get the status drop down data. 2 methods. You need to write one method to search, that is 3 methods. So total, how many methods for the search functionality? 3 methods are required. What about Excel and PDF? 3, 4, 5. Total 5 methods we need to write in the service class. No. From the control it will come to service. From service it will talk the Excel generator. How you will call the Excel method directly now? Here we have a guys. How many of you written the 5 methods? No one. Okay. Why I am saying 5 methods, guys? What is the reason for the 5 methods? Now here, report service interface. Report service.java. Here, in this interface, I'm telling method to get plan name drop down data. Plan name drop down data. One method to get plan status drop down data. Okay. And third method which I am writing to handle search functionality. Method to handle search functionality. Method to handle search functionality. Method to handle search functionality. And next one, method to export Excel file. Method to export Excel, method to export data to Excel file. Okay. And another method I need to write method to export data to PDF file. You need to identify that. In our screen, we have a drop down. Drop down data should come from the database. Now here, our controller cannot talk to repository. Controller will talk to service. Service will talk to repository. So service should contain a method to get the drop down data. One method to get the plan name drop down data. One method to get the status drop down data. And the user will click on the search. Then search request will go to controller. Controller will talk to service. Service will talk to repository. In the service, one method should be available to handle search functionality. UI, user will click on Excel. The request will go to controller. Controller will talk to service. Service will talk to database to get the data. Then it will talk to Excel generator and PDF generator. To get the Excel report, one method. To get the PDF report, one method will be available. So how many methods are required total? How many of you able to identify the 5 methods? Now Now I no need to tell anything. Now you realize what is your coding skill, what is your standard, where you are. Then you imagine now. Based on that, you plan your learning for the next 2 to 3 months of time. So you are able to understand the requirement. I have given the table, I have given the entity, I have given the repository, I have given the classes also. You are not able to, first of all, you are not able to understand how many classes we need to create. After I have given the class names, you are not able to identify how many methods we need to write in the class. I'm not asking you to write the method body. I'm asking you to write only abstract methods. So what is your plan? You are not able to prepare a plan to do the development. You are failed at the planning level only. So you need to improve that planning part first. Once you are able to write the methods for these 5 scenarios, then we are good with the service layer. Just abstract method. After that, we need to go for implementation of the method. Implementation is different. First, you need to identify structure of our class. So what is our interface? What methods? Once you are able to identify the method signature correctly, then we can go for method implementation. Implementation means then coding will start. Got it? What you need to focus now? First, plan. Now, I am showing the screen clearly. You are not able to understand how many actions are there on the screen. Drop-down data should come from the database, one method required. Status value should come from the database, one method required. Search is available, one method required. Excel icon available, PDF icon available, 2 methods are required. So total 5 methods are required for this service layer. Then only we can complete this task. What to do? What to do, guys? Tell me what I need to do now. I have given scenario. Can you write the method signature now? Yeah, come on, first do it. Next 20 days class will be like this only. I will give the task. I want you to do it first, then I will do it. After I have done the task, you compare your work and my work. That is how you need to learn. Yeah, now write the methods. Abstract methods in the service layer. Now write abstract methods in the service layer. Make it fast. After giving this much clue, definitely you should be able to do it. Start. Project means not easy. We did not enter into major project. Still we are understanding mini project only. That too, it is first mini project. Look at the scenario I have given. For that scenario, identify the method. Proper signature. Proper signature you need to write for the method. Guys, I have a doctor appointment now. I will check this in the tomorrow session. Before coming to tomorrow, I want you people to complete this. Okay, come up with your service methods and try to implement those methods also. You have 24 hours of time. I want you to write the method and try to write the body for the methods also. Okay, we'll see you in the evening Spring Boot class. Thank you.